How's it going, everyone? Today I wanted to explain what's going to be probably one of the most important mechanics in the game, especially if you're free to play or you don't plan on spending a lot of money, and that is going to be the fusion mechanic. Now, at first glance, this looks really simple. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to take two max level Elunes and you're going to fuse them in return to get a stronger Elune. But there's a few technical things about how this works that makes it a little bit more complicated than that. And the reason why this is going to be so important, especially if you don't plan on spending a lot of money, is because when it comes to powering up your characters and evolving them, you're going to need a whole bunch of different ingredients. But something that people are starting to find out, especially now that the game has been out for a couple of days, is one of the very limiting ingredients in order to evolve characters is going to be these seeds. Now, these Elune seeds you can get from scrapping units, but these class seeds are very hard to come by. You don't really get that many of them. You get some of them from just doing the storyline, but once you've gotten the ones from the storyline, it's very, very difficult to come by these seeds. They're a very time-gated feature. So if you don't have a bunch of seeds, once you've used the ones that you have, it's going to be very difficult to keep evolving all the characters that you have, and this is going to be a very big time-gated feature of the game. This is where fusion comes in and is very, very handy, especially if you don't plan on spending a lot of money and you don't plan on doing things like buying seeds from the cash shop or using your gems to reset the Elytra Temple, which is going to be your main method of getting those seeds. Of course, you can run it once a day, but you can use rubies to reset it and get more seeds. If you don't plan on doing any of that stuff, if you don't plan on going too hardcore into doing stuff like that, fusion is going to be really, really important for you because it's going to be the best way in order to get high-starred units without actually having to evolve them and use those very limited ingredients. Now, at first glance, it's pretty simple. You take two max level units, you get a more powerful unit, but there's a few features on how fusion works that is very important to know. And there's also a few little tips and secrets that I'll tell you guys about fusion here that you might not actually know and that are going to help you out getting some powerful units really, really well. So the way that it works, you take two units that are the same rarity. So we've got rares here because you can tell from the blue backgrounds. They are 3 stars, both of them, and they are both max level. Now, in return, what this is going to give you is it's going to give you a new unit that is 1 star level higher. So in return, we are going to get a 4-star unit. Now, the 4-star unit that we are going to get is most likely going to be the same rarity. So because we are fusing 2 rares, most likely we're going to end up getting a 4-star rare in return. But there is a small possibility that we do end up getting a 4-star epic, and that the rarity is actually boosted. Now, if you get really unlucky, that's where these fusion points are going to come in handy, is that's going to be like your fail-safe mechanism. If you get really unlucky, when you do get to the maximum number of fusion points, you will get a guaranteed rarity boost. So if instead of 5 out of 45 fusion points, if I ended up having 45 out of 45 fusion points, then if I were to fuse this, I wouldn't have to rely on any kind of RNG. The next unit that we got would not only be a 4-star, but its rarity would also be boosted. So instead of getting a 4-star rare, you would end up getting a 4-star epic. Now, each of the different rarities is going to have its own fusion point counter. You can see normal is going to require 20 points to get that guaranteed uncommon. Uncommon is going to require 30 in order to get a guaranteed rare. Rares are going to require 45 to get a guaranteed epic, and yes, you can even take epics and fuse them into legendaries. And if you do that and you don't get one after 60 attempts, then you will guaranteed get a legendary in return. Now, one secret that I want to tell you guys about this system is the fusion points that you get for normals, uncommon, rares, epics. It doesn't matter what star level you end up fusing. You will always get fusion points for that rarity. Now, do something after this video. You can pause it right now, you can do it later, but just go and take a look at the Elunes that you have. You'll probably notice just from playing the game, doing the story, from farming, and from drops, you'll have lower star Elunes that are actually uncommon, rare, and in some cases epic. You can see that this has a blue background. That means that that's a 2-star rare Elune. This one also has a blue background, so that is a 1-star rare Elune. So what you can actually do through the fusion mechanic is you can take those 1-star rare Elunes, things like this, and you can get them to max level, which is only going to be level 10 for a 1-star unit. Very quick and very easy to do that, and you can fuse them together and that will give you a fusion point for rares. Even though it's only a 1 star, it doesn't matter whether you're fusing 1 stars, 2 stars, 3 stars, 4 stars, whatever, you will always get a fusion point for that given rarity. So that's really cool, and that's going to be a great way to help boost up those fusion counters so that you can get closer to that guarantee. Now, something that I would recommend as you start getting more and more fusion points is when you end up getting closer to the guarantee, make sure that your guaranteed fusion is going to be 5-star units. That is because if I were to take, let's just say for example, if I were at 60 out of 60 epic fusion points, my next epic fusion would guaranteed be a legendary. Now, I want to wait and make sure that my guarantee is going to be 5 stars, because then when I do it, I will fuse 2 level 50 epic Elunes, and because I'm going to get my guarantee now, I will get a 6-star legendary guaranteed. Again, you're going to be bypassing the mechanism of having to get those seeds. So that's really cool, and you can use those lower star Elunes in order to help boost up these counters by quite a bit. So this is going to be a great way in order to end up boosting your account and getting units that are higher star without actually having to wait for those seeds. It might seem like a bit of a grind, and of course it is. You know, these games are a bit grindy, but it's not as bad as you think it is, especially if you use those lower star Elunes. They really don't take that long to fuse. And once you also figure out the way that the training station works, which I'll explain in another video, you're going to realize that this is not going to be nearly as bad of a grind as you think it is. This is an amazing feature, especially for Fusion, and I'll talk about it more in depth in a different video, because we've already been talking about this for a while, and I feel like I have thrown a lot of information at you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it here for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, learned a little bit, and now realize how awesome this fusion system can be. So if you did enjoy this video, consider leaving a like, subscribing to the channel for more videos like this, and I'll just go ahead and say as well to those of you guys playing the game, I did end up making the guilds. It's called an alliance in this game. It's still very new, so there's not really anybody in it. I think there's only 1 person there right now, but if you guys do want to join, if you plan on being active, feel free to join the Salty Alliance. It's on the North America English server. Once again, it's the Salty Alliance. If you want to add me to friends as well, if I still have room, my name is SSAlty, Salty with 2 S's, both capital at the start. I think I have a few spots left on my friends list as well, but let's see if we can try to get at least a few people in the Alliance, and hopefully we'll be able to start beating down on the Alliance boss and getting some gear upgrades real soon. So thought I'd say that as well, and that's going to be it. Thanks again, everyone. Have a great day, and until next time, this is Salty of the Salty Guild, signing out.